Hi guys, so today I'm going to explain you how we can create the virtual machine in Azure portal and how we can scale up and how we can easily scale down the virtual machine, and after using that virtual machine how we can delete it. So simply, right, creation of VM in Azure and managing that respective resource in Azure, how we can easily do that, that part we are going to explain today. So basically we have to very first step, right, as you know, we have to log in into the Azure portal to create of any resource, right? And one more thing, the virtual machine is comes under infrastructure as a service category. So basically we are going to utilize the infrastructure which is providing by Azure, right? So based on our business needs, we are going to create the virtual machine with respect to the size, right? So for example, today we are having the virtual, we are having a multiple environments, SIT, UAT, and production. So initially in the development phase, definitely we need to have the uh, SIT environment and dev environment. So and UAT and production, right? Production always we need to, but after some days, definitely it may not require to have the development environment, because once the application is available, so it may not be that much helpful to have the SIT environment, right? So for that we have to delete the respective missions, right? So for example, if we are going to buy everything, hardware and software, hardware and everything, it is very cost effective. So in future if we are not going to use, we are not going to, right, we already paid the money. So to make it cost effective, we are going to utilize the feature of Azure virtual machine creation, so which is IaaS, infrastructure as a service. I'm going to explain how to create the virtual machine. So for that we have to log in into the Azure portal with our created account, and we have to navigate into the virtual machines here. So once we navigate here, so there are two options. One is add button here, and there is a create virtual machine. Either we can use or that one or this one. For now, I'm going to create virtual machine button here. So as soon as we click the create virtual machine, so it will route to the different page where we have to provide the basic information. So this account, right, our account is having this subscription, free trial subscription. In the earlier video I took the free trial subscription, so I'm going to utilize the free trial subscription for now. Resource group, basically I'm going to select the resource group out of this. There are 2 3 resource group available in the subscription. If you want, we can create new as well. So the basically the resource group combines all the resources together, like in future, right, we are having multiple environment. If you want to group related environment services together, we can use the resource group. For now I'm going to prepare the SIT environment, so I'm going to select the SIT. If you want to select create new, even we can create any of the naming convention here. So for now I'm going to use the existing one, SIT. This is the resource group. Under this resource group I want to create a virtual machine, so I have to give the virtual machine name. Virtual, basically I'm entering the any name is fine, it's a VM1 I'm entering. And Azure providing us the feature like in which region the VM should be available, so we can select any of the region. Based on the region selection, the mission will be hosted and deployed in the respective region. So based on our business need we can select, so wherever we are having our business more, we can select the respective region. So for now I'm going to select the East US region, so that our VM, as soon as it is created, it will be deployed in that. Okay. So image, right, when it comes to image, it is the option of selecting the operating system. So we can select any of the operating system based on our requirement, either Linux or Ubuntu or Red Hat or Windows Server. For now I'm going to select the Windows Server R2 data center. And the size also, if you see here, this is the standard D2V31. So if we are going to procure the VM with this particular size, we have to pay 9,000 per month. So this is what the size. If you want to change the size, just we have to click here, change size. There are multiple options, it will be shown here. So as we are in the free subscription, it is showing only 2 sizes for us. For now I'm going to select this one. So we have to enter the username here to connect to log into the respective machine. What is the username you are going to provide? I'm going to provide cloud tour as a username, and password, whatever the password we can give, it should be fine, up to us. So I'm entering the password. The password should match here. Once this is done, so just I am going to click on review and create. That's it. So to have a sub server, just what we are doing here, so we are simply creating by providing operating system and region and the respective virtual machine name wherever we want to deploy. So we are going to create and review. Once we click review and create, so it is going to take at least 2 to 3 minutes for the deployment. So if you see, this is the total month, the total is every hour, right? Every hour, if you are going to utilize that, we have to pay 12 rupees. 12 rupees 42 paise. So this is what our basic thing, right? For example, if you are going to use 3 hours, we have to pay 36 rupees. That's it. So once our work is done, just simply we can delete the VM. So to use that within 3 hours, if we have any work we can complete, so within 3 to 4 hours we have to just pay to that 50 rupees. That's it. It's not required to buy any hardware. Within 50 rupees of we are going to utilize that, right? For example, if we need only for 10 days of the VM, for 10 days we have to pay the amount. After 10 days, simply we can delete it. It's not required to pay any amount. Yeah, now I'm going to click on create. As soon as I click on create, so it is going to take 2 to 3 minutes time to available the VM in the respective region, right? So even if you think about, right, within few minutes of time, we are going to create the virtual machine. It is not taking more than that time. In general scenario, we have to buy the hardware and everything, we have to install the operating system. For that, definitely it's going to take long time. Not only that, in future, if we are not going to use, if our use is only for 30 days, we have to buy hardware and our software, everything we have to buy. After 30 days we have to, if there is no user for our application, it's nothing, right? We already spent the amount. But here, how much we can use, for that only we are going to pay the money. That's it. Sorry. Basically, the VM procurement is in progress. If you see here, your deployment is already completed, right? So when it comes, even the notification also will see. We can see the notification once the deployment is done. So when we go back to here in the virtual machine, so we can see our created virtual machine here. If you see, right, the virtual machine is available now. So we can make use of that virtual machine whenever we need it. So for example, if you want to connect to the virtual machine, so just we have to click connect RDP, and it is going to download. Basically, we can download the RDP file. We have to enter the details, the respective account information, the administrator information we have to provide there. So from there we can connect to the server, right? Based on our use, we can connect. Now I'm going to connect with the admin credentials like just now I have given there, cloud tour, and password I have given. This is the simple way. Now the VM is available. We are connecting to the virtual machine. from the Azure portal itself. Within the browser, I procured the VM, and I'm going to manage the VM as well, right? So this is the VM just now I have created, right? So let's load it. You see here, right? This is what the VM we have created. If you see the size of the VM, we can see the size of the VM, and based on our need, we can downgrade to different RAM, and we can upgrade to different RAM and hard disk and everything. It is easy, and even we can make it happen very quickly as well. If you see here, it is having this much of hard disk, and it is having of 8 GB RAM. So in future, based on our need, we can easily procure, we can easily upgrade, and we can downgrade. So this is what 8 GB RAM and everything. We have created the VM now, and we are going to access that from the Azure portal. That's it. If you want to connect to our network, right? Our work group, just we have to change the settings, and we have to add into the domain. That is what the process we can do. Based on our domain, we can add it, and we can make use of that. Now I'm going to downgrade this VM. So how to downgrade this VM, right? So we have created with the 8 GB, and the downgrading of VM, we have to go to here in the virtual networks. If you see virtual machines, we have to click the respective VM, and we have to click on size. Whatever the size we want, we can downgrade and we can upgrade it. If you see, resize can be possible based on our requirement. I'm going to select, I'm going to resize it. So now it is going to resize to 47.2 per month. So now, because it's because of not available in East US zone, looks like the respective size is not available in the East US. Based on the region selection, it is going to happen. So by selecting that, and we can click of the resize. This is a simple way. Based on our requirement, we can upgrade or we can downgrade. That is what the easiest way actually. Okay, for example, we are having of 1 week of work, and we completed the work. So now what we need to do, we have to select the VM, and we have to delete the VM. That's it. So in that case, till 15 days we use that. For that only we are going to pay the amount to the Microsoft Azure. We are not going to pay after that. This is one thing. So as soon as our work is done, we are going to delete the VM. If we have a work after 2 days, we are done with today, we don't have any work tomorrow and day after tomorrow with respect to VM, again we have work on 4 days. So in that case, simply we have to click on stop. As soon as we click on stop, automatically the Microsoft is not going to um, we are it's not required us to pay any amount. So because we are not using it, we are keeping it in the stop state. Whenever it is required, we can start the VM again. As soon as the start, based on number of hours it is in start stage, running stage, then only we have to pay that amount. The charges will be calculated based on the status running hours. If we keep in start state, stop state, we are not going to pay any amount, right? If you see, this is the notification we can see here, stopping virtual machine. So that will be automatically delocating, and whenever it is required, just we have to go to portal and virtual machine, and we have to start it. So the amount we can pay based on the running status, how many hours the VM is in running state, based on that only the price can be calculated, and that can be done. So looks like some of the connection is error I'm facing, so I'm ignoring for this now. So if you see, successfully stopped the virtual machine. So now the VM is stopped. So it means it's not, we are not going to pay anything at this point of time, because the VM itself is in stop state. Okay, whenever we are keeping the running state the VM, then only we have to pay that amount. Based on hours, the money will be calculated, and we have to pay that amount. This is what the creation of VM, and the sizing, how to reduce the size and how to update the size, we can make it happen from here. And we can delete the VM if we are not going to use. I'm simply selecting the VM, I'm going to delete the VM. So just it is asking for the confirmation, I'm going to click on delete. As soon as it is done, the VM is going to be deleted from our resource group. That's it. So this is what on the VM creation within Azure. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Bye bye.